On behalf of our group, allow me to serve you, dear panelists, our Marian greetings. A blessed day and welcome to our research proposal. We, the researchers, Mines B. Buyukan, Chariner M. Lopez, Russell Joseph L. Lorete, Erwin M. Mangmangon, Leo Charmaine B. Rillas, and Maria Danica G. Tomas, guided by our research advisor, Mr. Sherwin Jerry Paul Sacking, present our research entitled Post-Lockdown Financial Adjustments of Working Scholars in a Private University.
Many years have passed and Nelson Mandela's statement about education being the most powerful weapon to change the world remains indispensable. It is indeed true that education is important as it was considered an advantage towards achieving success in life. It does seem like a doable process. However, in the Philippine context, the Department of Education seemed to struggle in reaching out to every corner of the country. As a developing nation, it is already expected to have enough resources to support the system. However, due to the government's low investment towards improving the system over the past decades, the problem remains unresolved. The effects of poverty as one of the many hindrances towards achieving education has been reasonably reduced from the collaborative efforts of our government and our learning institutions, both public and private. As for the government, they have enacted the Republic Act 10931, also known as the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education, which promotes free tertiary education and provides subsidy to students under tertiary level. I myself, as one of the beneficiaries of the program, can attest to its effectivity as I no longer have to ask my parents to pay for my tuition. It is indeed a huge step for the government towards improving the system. However, due to the insufficiency of government funds, it was not able to accommodate every student who needs the help. And this is where we can appreciate the efforts of our learning institutions who utilizes their corporate social responsibility programs, such as facilitating extension activities like giving scholarship programs and discounts. St. Mary's University, in its many years of operation, has been offering the following programs to her students. However, the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic has severely disrupted the world in many aspects, including the field of education. The implementation of lockdowns all over the country has prohibited our Marian working scholars to report and render service to our university, which led to the retrenchment from the program. Hence, this study will be conducted with the aim to determine the different challenges faced by our Marian working scholars as well as their financial adjustments and coping mechanisms as a response to the pandemic.
The COVID 19 pandemic has brought an immense disruption on the economy and education, with reports from various studies revealing that families have reallocated their educational budget, private institutions cutting down their budget allocations for financial grants and scholarships, and a significant decrease in students' work participation. There is a need to bring into light the current situation of working scholars, in particular, the impact of the COVID 19 pandemic on their post lockdown financial adjustments and coping mechanisms. Upon completion, the study will be beneficial towards working scholars by giving them key information about financial strategies and coping mechanisms, and to universities by providing information that can help them in formulating plans regarding student financial assistance. Given the context of the research, the following terms are operationally defined. COVID-19 pandemic refers to the outbreak of the coronavirus disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. Corporate social responsibility is the integration of social and environmental concerns in the operations of a management. Financial adjustments refers to the monetary management and coping strategies of the respondents of this study. Post-lockdown denotes the after-effects of the implementation of lockdown by the Interagency Task Force, and Working scholars is defined as the students who receive financial aid in exchange of services rendered in a university or educational institution.
The figure represents the framework of the study. The first box shows necessary data to be collected, which consist of mean deviations, which are the profile variable of the respondents, nature of scholarship, and challenges encountered due to COVID-19 pandemic. The process involved in the study is the evaluation of questionnaires to identify recurring themes needed to satisfy the objectives of the study. Lastly, the desired output is specified in the third box. The study aims to identify the impact of COVID-19 pandemic and desired an output towards development of post-lockdown financial adjustments for working scholars. The desired result is aimed to help student workers to develop appropriate monetary coping mechanisms. Given the aforementioned statements, the study aims to evaluate the post-lockdown financial adjustments of working scholars in St. Mary's University. Specifically, this study intends to surface the following questions. What are the different problems they encountered during the COVID-19 pandemic, and what are their post-lockdown financial coping mechanisms as a response to the pandemic?
The study will utilize descriptive narrative method. A descriptive approach will assist in methodically and accurately identifying the characteristics and situations of the key informants by McCobbs 2019 and Sidlecki 2020, while narrative method will reveal the experiences and problems of the subjects by Sharp et al. 2019. The research will be conducted in St. Mary's University, located in Barangay Don Mariano Marcos, Bayambong, Nueva Vizcaya. Due to the pandemic restrictions, data gathering will be done via online platforms.
The respondents of the study are the Marians who are working for scholastic grant and financial aid before the onset of COVID-19. The respondents will comprise of 20 students. To gather relevant data, the researchers will utilize of questionnaires. The questionnaires will be distributed through Google Forms or through any convenient platforms.
Data gathering procedure. The data gathering will be conducted on September to October 2021 with the use of online platforms. Before the distribution of the questionnaires, the researchers will seek approval from the Vice President for Mission and Identity to conduct the study. Similarly, a consent form will be sent to the subjects of this study. Afterwards, the respondents will be briefed shortly about the study, and the copies of the questionnaires will then be administered. Treatment of data. The data will be interpreted and analyzed through tabulation and thematic analysis. The accomplished questionnaires will be retrieved, and the gathered results will then be analyzed and interpreted through tabulation. Identifying recurring themes from the responses will suffice pertinent information that satisfies the objectives of the research.
And that ends our presentation. We are now ready for your questions and recommendations. Thank you for listening.